Hi.
Hello, everybody. Sorry, Ireland, I forgot to mention. I'm just going to say some thank yous as well. Hello to people watching right now, and hello to people who might be watching this later on YouTube. This is Self-Isolation Shakespeare. This is our second week, our first show, Twelfth Night, which we're really excited to do. We'd like to give a couple thank yous. First, we'd like to thank Rob Miles, who started the project The Show Must Go Online, which is what this project is based on. It's like a UK group, but they get American actors, and it's really cool. Second, we'd like to thank Jamie Rocha-Allan, who is in this reading, for making a cut of this script. He did it in like a day. It was amazing. Lastly, I'd just like to thank members of our team. So Liam Johnson, Lexi Thompson, and Jessica Graham, and our stage manager, who, if we didn't have her, we'd be in a lot of trouble, Kirsten Farley. So we just give a round of applause to all those people really quick. And so without further ado, this is the cast of Twelfth Night.
Hi, I'm Ireland Nichols, and I'm playing Viola.
Hi, I'm Morgan Werder, and I'm playing Olivia.
My name's Jamie Allen, and I'm playing Malvolio.
I'm Jay Perry, and I'm playing Feste.
I'm Dan Beecher. I'm playing Sir Toby.
I'm Liam Johnson, and I'm playing Sebastian.
I'm Tyler Fox, and I'm playing Orsino.
I'm Stephanie Linas, and playing Mariah.
I'm Dylan Burningham, and I'm playing Sir Andrew.
I'm Mona Fatau, and I'm playing Antonio.
I'm Aiden Tappert, and I'm playing the Captain and Priest.
I'm Connor Johnson, and I will be playing Fabian.
Hi, I'm Sid Beecham, and I'll be playing Valentine.
Hi, I'm Walt Sepner, and I'll be playing Curio and Officer 2.
Hi, I'm Emily Beats, and I'll be reading the stage directions.
Okay, so here we go. This is Twelfth Night.
Act 1, Scene 1, Duke Orsino's palace. Enter Duke Orsino, Curio, and lords, musicians attending. Duke Orsino.
If music be the food of love, play on. Give me excess of it, that surfeiting the appetite may sicken and so die. That strain again, it had a dying fall. Oh, it came over my ears like the sweet sound that breathes upon a bank of violets, stealing and giving odor. Enough, no more. 'Tis not so sweet now as it was before.
Will you go on a hunt, my lord?
What, Curio?
The heart.
Why, so I do, the noblest that I have. Oh, mine eyes did see that Olivia first. Methought she purged the air of pestilence. That instant was I turned into a hart, and my desires, like fell and cruel hounds, ere since pursued me.
Enter Valentine.
How now? What news of her?
So please, my lord, I might not be admitted, but from her handmaid do return this answer. The element itself, till 7 years' heat, shall not behold her face at ample view. But like a cloistress she will veiled walk, and water once a day her chamber round, with eye-offended brine, all to this season, a brother's dead love, which she would keep fresh and lasting in her sad remembrance.
Oh, she that hath a fire of that fine frame, to pay this debt of love but to a brother. How will she love, when the rich gold shaft hath killed the flock of all affections else that lived in her? When liver, brain, and heart, these sovereign thrones, are all supplied and filled her sweet perfections with one self-king. Away before me to sweet beds of flowers, love thoughts lie rich and canopied with bowers.
Exit. Scene 2, the Scene Coast. Enter Viola, a captain, and sailors.
What country, friends, is this?
This is Illyria, lady.
And what should I do in Illyria? My brother, he is in Elysium. Perchance he is not drowned. What think you, sailors?
It is perchance that you yourself were saved.
Oh, my poor brother, and so perchance may he be.
True, madam. And to comfort you with chance, assure yourself that our ship did split when you and those poor numbers saved with you hung on our driving boat. I saw your brother, most provident in peril, bind himself, courage and hope, both teaching him the practice, to a strong mast that lived upon the sea, where, like Orion on the dolphin's back, I saw him hold acquaintance with the waves, so long as I could see.
For saying so, there's gold. Knowest thou this country?
Aye, madam. Well, for I was bred and born not 3 hours' travel from this place.
Who governs here?
A noble duke, in nature as in name.
What is the name?
Orsino.
Orsino. I've heard my father name him. He was a bachelor then.
And so is now, or was so very late, but for but a month ago I went from hence, and then 'twas fresh in murmur, as you know, what great ones do, the less we'll prattle of, that he did seek the love of fair Olivia.
What's she?
A virtuous maid, the daughter of a count that died some 12 months since, then leaving her in the protection of his son, her brother, who shortly also died, for whose dear love, they say, she hath abjured the company and sight of men.
Oh, that I served that lady, and might not be delivered to the world, till I had made mine own occasion mellow what my estate is.
That were hard to compass, because she will admit no kind of suit, no, not the Duke's.
There is a fair behavior in thee, captain. I prithee, and I'll pay thee bounteously. Conceal me what I am, and be my aid, for such disguise as haply shall become the form of my intent. I'll serve this Duke. Thou shalt present me as an eunuch to him. It may be worth thy pains, for I can sing and speak to him many sorts of music that will allow me very worth his service. What else may hap to time I will commit. Only shape thou thy silence to my wit.
Be you his eunuch, and your mute I'll be. When my tongue blabs, then let mine eyes not see.
I thank thee. Lead me on.
Exit. Scene 3, Olivia's house. Enter Sir Toby, Belch, and Mariah.
What a plague means my niece to take the death of her brother thus? I am sure care's an enemy to life.
By my troth, Sir Toby, you must come in earlier at nights. Your cousin, my lady, takes great exceptions to your ill hours.
Why, let her accept before accepted.
Aye, but you must confine yourself within the modest limits of order.
Confine? I'll confine myself no finer than I am. These clothes are good enough to drink in, and so be these boots too. And if they be not, let them hang themselves in their own straps.
That quaffing and drinking will undo you. I heard my lady talk of it yesterday. And of a foolish knight that you brought in one night here to be her wooer.
Who? Sir Andrew Aguecheek?
Aye, he.
He's as tall as any's in Illyria.
What's that to the purpose?
Why, he hath 3,000 ducats a year.
Aye, but he'll have but a year in all these ducats. He's a very fool and a prodigal.
Fie that you'd say so. He plays the vile de boys and speaks 3 or 4 languages word for word without book, and hath all the good gifts of nature.
He hath indeed, almost natural. For besides that he's a fool, he's a great quarreler. And but that he hath the gift of a coward to allay the gust he hath in quarreling, 'tis thought among the prudent he would quickly have the gift of a grave.
By this hand, they are scoundrels and substractors that say so of him. Who are they?
They that add, moreover, he's drunk nightly in your company.
With drinking healths to my niece. I'll drink to her as long as there is passage in my throat and drink in Illyria. He's a coward and a coistrel that will not drink to my niece till his brains turn at the toe like a parish top. What wench? Castellano Volgo, for here comes Sir Andrew Agueface.
Enter Sir Andrew.
Sir Toby Belch. How now, Sir Toby Belch?
Sweet Sir Andrew.
Bless you, fair shrew.
And you too, sir.
Accost, Sir Andrew. Accost.
What's that?
My niece's chambermaid.
Good mistress, accost. I desire better acquaintance.
My name is Mary, sir.
Oh, good mistress Mary, accost.
You mistake, knight. Accost is affront her, board her, woo her, assail her.
By my troth, I would not undertake her in this company. Is that the meaning of accost?
Fare you well, gentlemen.
And you let part so, Sir Andrew? Wouldst thou might never draw sword again?
And you part so, mistress. I would I might never draw sword again. Fair lady, do you think you have a fool's in hand?
Sir, I have not you by the hand.
Marry, but you shall have. And here's my hand.
Now, sir, thought is free. I pray you, bring your hand to the buttery bar and let it drink.
Wherefore, sweetheart? What's your metaphor?
It's dry, sir.
Why, I think so. I am not such an ass, but I can keep my hand dry. But what's your jest?
A dry jest, sir.
Are you full of them?
Aye, sir. I have them at my fingers' ends. Mary, now I let go your hand. I am barren.
Mariah exits.
Oh, knight, thou lackst a cup of canary. When did I see thee so put down?
Never in your life, I think. Unless you see a canary put me down. Methinks sometimes I have no more wit than a Christian or an ordinary man has. But I am a great eater of beef, and I believe that does harm to my wit.
No question.
And I thought that I'd forswear it. I'll write home tomorrow, Sir Toby.
Pourquoi, my dear knight?
What is pourquoi? Do or not do? I would I have bestowed that time in the tongues that I have in fencing, dancing, and bear baiting. Oh, had I but followed the arts.
Then hadst thou an excellent head of hair.
Why, would that have mended my hair?
Past question, for thou seest it will not curl by nature.
But it becomes me well enough, does not?
Excellent! It hangs like flax on a distaff, and I hope to see a housewife take thee between her legs and spin it off.
Faith, I'll home tomorrow, Sir Toby. Your niece will not be seen, or if she be, it's 4 to 1 she'll none of me. The Count himself here, hard by woos her.
She'll none of the Count? She'll not match above her degree, neither in estate, years, nor wit. I have heard her swear't. Tut! There's life in't, man.
I'll stay a month longer.
Ha!
I am a fellow of the strangest mind in the world. I delight in masks and revels sometimes altogether.
Art thou good at these kickshaws this night?
As any man in Illyria.
What is thy excellence in a galliard, knight?
Faith, I can cut a caper.
And I can cut the mutton toot.
And I think I have the back trick simply as strong as any man in Illyria.
Wherefore are these things hid? Wherefore have these gifts a curtain before them? Why dost thou not go to church in a galliard and come home in a coronto? My very walk should be a jig. I would not so much as make water, but in a syncopace. What dost thou mean? Is it a world to hide virtues in?
Shall we set about some revels?
What shall we do else? Were we not born under Taurus?
Taurus! That's sides and heart.
No, sir. It's legs and thighs. Let me see thee caper. Ha! Higher! Ha! Excellent!
Exit. Scene 4. Duke Orsino's palace. Enter Valentine and Viola in a man's attire.
If the Duke continue these favors toward you, Cesario, you are like to be much advanced. He hath known you but 3 days, and already you are no stranger.
You either fear his humor or my negligence. You either fear his humor or my negligence that you call in question the continuance of his love. Is he inconstant, sir, in his favors?
No, believe me.
I thank you. Here comes the Count.
Enter Duke Orsino, Curio, and the attendants.
Who saw Cesario? Ho!
On your attendance, my lord. Here.
Stand you a while aloof, Cesario. Thou knowest no less, but all. I have unclasped to thee the book even of my secret soul. Therefore, good youth, address thy gate unto her. Be not denied access. Stand at her doors, and tell them, there thy fixed foot shall grow till thou have audience.
Sure, my noble lord, if she be so abandoned to her sorrow as it is spoke, she never will admit me.
Or be clamorous and leap at civil bounds, rather than make unprofited returns.
Say I do speak with her, my lord, what then?
Oh, then unfold the passion of my love, surprise her with discourse of my dear faith. It shall become thee well to act my woes. She will attend it better than thy youth, than in a nuncio's of more grave aspect.
I think not so, my lord.
Dear lad, believe it. For they shall yet belie thy happy years, that say thou art a man. Diana's lip is not more smooth and rubious. Thy small pipe is as the maiden's organ, shrill and sound, and all sublative a woman's part. I know thy constellation is right apt for this affair. Some 4 or 5 attend him, all if you will, for I myself am best, when least in company. Prosper well in this, and thou shalt live as freely as thy lord, to call his fortunes thine.
I'll do my best to woo your lady. Yet a bar full of strife. Where I woo, myself would be his wife.
Exit, scene 5, Olivia's house. Enter Mariah and Clown.
Nay, either tell me where thou hast been, or I will not open my lips so wide as a bristle may enter in way of thy excuse. My lady will hang thee for thy absence.
Let her hang me! He that is well hanged in this world needs fear no colors.
Make that good.
He shall see none to fear.
A good Lenten answer. I can tell thee where that saying was born of I fear no colors.
Where, good Mistress Mary?
In the wars, and that you may be bold to say in your foolery.
Well, God give them wisdom that have it, and those that are fools, let them use their talents.
Yet you will be hanged for being so long absent. Or to be turned away, is not that as good as a hanging to you?
Many a good hanging prevents a bad marriage, and for turning away, let summer bear it out.
You're resolute then?
Not so neither, but I am resolved on 2 points.
That if one break, the other will hold, or if both break, your gaskins fall.
Apt, in good faith, very apt. Well, go thy way. If Sir Toby would leave drinking, thou wert as witty a piece of Eve's flesh as any in Illyria.
Peace, you rogue, no more of that. Here comes my lady. Make your excuse wisely, you were best.
Wit, and it be thy will, put me into good fooling. Those wits that think they have thee do very oft prove fools, and I, that am sure that I lack thee, may pass for a wise man. For what says Quinopolis? Better a witty fool than a foolish wit.
Enter Olivia with Malvolio.
God bless thee, lady!
Take the fool away.
Do you not hear, fellows? Take away the lady!
Go to, you're a dry fool. I'll know more of you. Besides, you grow dishonest.
2 faults, Madonna, that drink and good counsel will amend. For give the dry fool drink, then is the fool not dry. Bid the dishonest man mend himself. If he mend, he is no longer dishonest. If he cannot, let the botcher mend him. Anything that is mended is but patched. Virtue that transgresses is but patched with sin, and sin that amends is but patched with virtue. And that this simple syllogism will serve, so. If it will not, what remedy? As there is no true cuckold but calamity, so beauty's a flower. The lady bade take away the fool, therefore I say, take her away.
Sir, I bade them take away you.
Misprison in the highest degree! Lady, Huculus confacit monachum. That's as much to say as I wear not motley in my brain. Good Madonna, give me leave to prove you a fool.
Can you do it?
Dexterously, good Madonna.
Make your proof.
I must chastise you for it, Madonna. Good my mouse of virtue, answer me.
Well, sir, for want of other idleness, I'll bide your proof.
Good Madonna, why mournest thou?
Good fool, for my brother's death.
I think that his soul is in hell, Madonna.
I know his soul is in heaven, fool.
The more fool, Madonna, to mourn for your brother's soul being in heaven. Take away the fool, gentlemen.
What think you of this fool, Malvolio? Doth he not mend?
Yes, and shall do till the pangs of death shake him. Infirmity that decays the wise doth ever make the better fool.
God send you, sir, a speedy infirmity, for the better increasing your folly. Sir Toby will be sworn that I am no fox, but he will not pass his word for 2 pence that you are no fool.
How say you to that, Malvolio?
I marvel that your ladyship take delight in such a barren rascal. I saw him put down the other day with an ordinary fool that has no more brain than a stone. Look you now, he's out of his guard already. Unless you laugh and minister occasion to him, he is gagged. I protest, I take these wise men that crow so at these set kind of fools no better than the fool zanies.
Oh, you are sick of self-love, Malvolio, and taste with a distempered appetite. To be generous, guiltless, and of free disposition is to take those things for bird bolts that you deem cannon bullets. There is no slander in an allowed fool, though he do nothing but rail, nor no railing in a known discreet man, though he do nothing but reprove.
Now Mercury endue thee with leasing, for thou speakest well of fools.
Madam, there is at the gate a young gentleman much desires to speak with you.
From the Count Orsino, is it?
I know not, madam. 'Tis a fair young man, and well attended.
Who of my people hold him in delay?
Sir Toby, madam, your kinsman.
Fetch him off, I pray you. He speaks nothing but madman. Fie on him.
Exit Maria.
Go you, Malvolio. If it be a suit from the Count, I am sick or not at home. What you will, to dismiss it.
Exit Malvolio.
Now you see, sir, how your fooling grows old, and people dislike it.
Thou hast spoke for us, Madonna, as if thy eldest son should be a fool, whose skull Jove cram with brains. For here he comes, one of thy kin has a most weak pia mater.
Enter Sir Toby Belch.
By mine honor, half drunk. What is he at the gate, cousin?
Gentlemen.
A gentleman. What gentleman?
'Tis a gentleman here. A plague of these pickle herring. How now, sot?
Good Sir Toby!
Ah!
Cousin, how have you come so early by this lethargy?
Lechery? I defy lechery. Oh, there's one at the gate.
Aye, Mary, what is he?
Let him be the devil and he will. I care not. Give me faith, say I. Well, it's all one.
He exits.
What's a drunken man like, fool?
Like a drowned man, a fool, and a madman. One draught above heat makes him a fool, the second mads him, and the third drowns him.
Go thou and seek the crowner, and let him sit on my cuz, for he's in the 3rd degree of drink. He's drowned. Go, look after him.
He is but mad yet, Madonna, and the fool shall look to the madman.
Clown exits. Re-enter Malvolio.
Madam, young fellow swears he will speak with you. I told him you were sick. He takes on him to understand so much, and therefore comes to speak with you. I told him you were asleep. He seems to have a foreknowledge of that too, and wherefore comes to speak with you. What is to be said to him, lady? He is fortified against any denial.
Tell him he shall not speak with me.
Well, has been told so. And he says he'll stand at your door like a sheriff's post and be a supporter to a bench, but he'll speak with you.
What kind of man is he?
Why, of mankind?
What manner of man?
A very ill manner. He'll speak with you, will you or no?
Of what personage and years is he?
Oh, not yet old enough for a man, nor young enough for a boy, as a squash is before 'tis a peas cod, or a codling when 'tis almost an apple. 'Tis with him in standing water between boy and man. He is very well favoured, and speaks very shrewishly. One would think his mother's milk was scarce out of him.
Let him approach. Call in my gentlewoman.
Gentlewoman, my lady calls.
Malvolio exits. Re-enter Maria.
Give me my veil. Come, throw it over my face. We'll once more hear Orsino's embassy.
Enter Viola in attendance.
The honorable lady of the house, which is she?
Speak to me. I shall answer for her. Your will?
Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty, I pray you, tell me if this be the lady of the house, for I never saw her. I would be loath to cast away my speech, for besides that it is excellently well penned, I have taken great pains to con it. Good beauties, let me sustain no scorn. I am very comptable even to the least sinister usage.
Whence came you, sir?
I can say little more than I have studied, and that question's out of my part. Good gentle one, give me modest assurance if you be the lady of the house, that I may proceed in my speech.
Are you a comedian?
No, my profound heart, and yet by the very fangs of malice I swear I am not that I play. Are you the lady of the house?
If I do not usurp myself, I am.
Most certain. If you are she, you do usurp yourself. For what is yours to bestow is not yours to reserve. But this is from my commission. I will on with my speech in your praise, and then show you the heart of my message.
Come to what is important in it. I forgive you the praise.
Alas, I took great pains to study it, and 'tis poetical.
It is the more like to be feigned. I pray you, keep it in. I hear you were saucy at my gates, and allowed your reproach rather to wonder at you than to hear you. If you be not mad, be gone. If you have a reason, be brief. 'Tis not that time of moon with me to make one in so skipping a dialogue.
Will you hoist sail, sir? Here lies your way.
No, good swabber, I am to hold here a little longer. Some mollification for your giant, sweet lady. Tell me your mind. I am a messenger.
Sure, you have some hideous matter to deliver, when the courtesy of it is so fearful. Speak your office.
It alone concerns your ear. I bring no overture of war, no taxation of homage. I hold the olive in my hand. My words are as fun of peace as matter.
Yet you began rudely. What are you? What would you?
The rudeness that hath appeared in me have I learned from my entertainment. What I am and what I would are as secret as maidenhead. To your ears, divinity. To any others, profanation.
Give us this place alone. We will hear this divinity.
Exit Mariah in attendance.
Now, sir, what is your text?
Most sweet lady.
A comfortable doctrine, and much may be said of it. Where lies your text?
In Orsino's bosom.
In his bosom. In what chapter of his bosom?
To answer by the method, in the first of his heart.
Oh, I have read it. It is heresy. Have you no more to say?
Good madam, let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are now out of your text. But we will draw the curtain and show you the picture. Look you, sir, such a one I was this present. Is not well done?
Excellently done, if God did all.
'Tis in grain, sir, 'twill endure wind and weather.
His beauty truly blent, whose red and white nature's own sweet and cunning hand laid on. Lady, you are the cruelest she alive. If you will lead these graces to the grave and leave the world no copy.
Oh, sir, I will not be so hard-hearted. I will give out diverse schedules of my beauty. It shall be inventoried, and every particle and utensil labeled to my will, as item, 2 lips, indifferent red, item, 2 gray eyes with lids to them, item, 1 neck, 1 chin, and so forth. Were you sent hither to praise me?
I see you what you are. You are too proud. But if you were the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves you. Oh, such love could not be recompensed, though you were crowned the nonpareil of beauty.
How does he love me?
With adorations, fertile tears, with groans that thunder love, with sighs of fire.
Your lord does know my mind. I cannot love him. Yet I suppose him virtuous, know him noble, of great estate, of fresh and stainless youth, in voices well divulged, free, learned, and valiant, and in dimension and the shape of nature, a gracious person, but yet I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago.
If I did love you in my master's flame, with such a suffering, such a deadly life, in your denial I would find no sense. I would not understand it.
Why? What would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gate, and call upon my soul within the house. Write loyal cantons of contemned love and sing them loud even in the dead of night. Hallow your name to the reverberate hills and make the babbling gossip of the air cry out, Olivia! Oh, you should not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me.
You might do much. What is your parentage?
Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman.
Get you to your lord. I cannot love him, let him send no more, unless, perchance, you come to me again to tell me how he takes it. Fare you well. I thank you for your pains. Spend this for me.
I am no feed post, lady. Keep your purse. My master, not myself, lacks recompense. Love make his heart of flint that you shall love, and let your fervor, like my master's, be placed in contempt. Farewell, fair cruelty.
Viola exits.
What is your parentage? Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman, I'll be sworn thou art. Thy tongue, thy face, thy limbs, actions, and spirit do give thee fivefold blazon. Not so fast. Soft, soft. Unless the master were the man. How now? Even so quickly may one catch the plague? Methinks this youth's perfections with an invisible and subtle stealth to creep in at mine eyes. Well, let it be. What, ho, Malvolio?
Here, madam.
Malvolio.
Run after that same peevish messenger, the county's man. He left this ring behind him. Would I or not, tell him I'll none of it. Desire him not to flatter with his lord, nor hold up him with hopes. I am not for him. If that the youth will come this way tomorrow, I'll give him reasons for it. Hie thee, Malvolio.
Madam, I will.
Malvolio exits.
I do I know not what, and fear to find mine eye too great a flatterer for my mind. Fate, show thy force, ourselves we do not owe. What is decreed must be, and be this so.
Exits. Act 2, Scene 1, The Scene Coast. Enter Antonio and Sebastian.
Will you stay no longer, nor will you not that I go with you?
By your patience, no. My stars shine darkly over me. The malignancy of my fate might perhaps distemper yours. Therefore I shall crave of you your leave, that I may bear my evils alone. It were a bad recompense for your love, to lay any of them on you.
Let me yet know of you whither you are bound.
No, sooth, sir. My determinate voyage is mere extravagancy. But I perceive in you so excellent a touch of modesty, that you will not extort from me what I am willing to keep in. Therefore it charges me in manners the rather to express myself. You must know of me then, Antonio. My name is Sebastian, which I called Roderigo. My father was that Sebastian of Messalene, whom I know you have heard of. He left behind him myself and a sister, both born in an hour. If the heavens had been pleased, would we had so ended. But you, sir, altered that. For some hour before you took me from the breach of the sea was my sister drowned.
Alas the day!
A lady, sir, though it was said she much resembled me, was yet of many accounted beautiful. But though I could not with such estimable wonder over far believe that, yet thus far I will boldly publish her. She bore a mind that envy could not but call fair. She is drowned already, sir, with salt water, though I seem to drown her remembrance again with more.
Pardon me, sir, your bad entertainment.
Oh, good Antonio, forgive me your trouble.
If you will not murder me for my love, let me be your servant.
If you will not undo what you have done, that is, kill him whom you have recovered, desire it not. Fare ye well at once. My bosom is full of kindness, and I am yet so near the manners of my mother, that upon the least occasion more mine eyes will tell tales of me. I am bound to the Count Orsino's court. Farewell.
Sebastian exits.
The gentleness of all the gods go with thee. I have many enemies in Orsino's court, else would I very shortly see thee there. But come what may, I do adore thee so. That danger shall seem sport, and I will go.
Antonio exits. Scene 2, A Street. Enter Viola, Malvolio following.
Were you not even now with the Countess Olivia?
Even now, sir. On a moderate pace I have since arrived but hither.
She returns this ring to you, sir. You might have saved me the pains to have taken it away yourself. She adds, moreover, that you should put your lord into a desperate assurance she will none of him. And one thing more, that you be never so hardy to come again in his affairs, unless it be to report your lord's taking of this. Receive it so.
She took the ring of me. I'll none of it.
Oh, come, sir. You peevishly threw it to her, and her will is it should be so returned. If it be worth stooping for, there it lies in your eye. If not, be it his that finds it.
Malvolio exits.
I left no ring with her. What means this lady? Fortune forbid my outside have not charmed her. She made good view of me. Indeed, so much that sure methought her eyes had lost her tongue, for she did speak and starts distractedly. She loves me, sure. The cunning of her passion invites me in this churlish messenger. None of my lord's ring. Why, he sent her none. I am the man. If it be so as 'tis, poor lady, she were better love a dream. Disguise, I see, thou art a wickedness, wherein the pregnant enemy does much. How easy is it for the proper false in women's waxen hearts to set their forms? Alas, our frailty is the cause, not we. For such as we are made of, such we be. How will this fadge? My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fond as much on him. And she, mistaken, seems to dote on me. What will become of this? As I am man, my state is desperate for my master's love. As I am woman, now alas the day, what thriftless sighs shall poor Olivia breathe? Oh, time, thou must untangle this, not I. It is too hard a knot for me to untie.
Viola exits. Scene 3, Olivia's house. Enter Sir Toby, Belch, and Sir Andrew.
Approach, Sir Andrew. Not to be abed after midnight is to be up betimes. And duluculo surgere, thou knowest?
Nay, my troth, I know not. But I know to be up late is to be up late.
A false conclusion. I hate it as an unfilled can. To be up after midnight and to go to bed then is early. So that to go to bed after midnight is to go to bed betimes. Does not our lives consist of the 4 elements?
Faith, so they say. But I think it rather consists of eating and drinking.
Ah, thou art a scholar. Let us therefore eat and drink. Marion, I say, a stoup of wine.
Enter Clown.
Here comes the fool, Faith.
Enter, Clown, what are you doing?
How now, my hearts? Did you never see the picture of we 3?
Welcome, ass. Now let's have a catch.
By my troth, the fool has an excellent breast. I had rather than 40 shillings I had such a leg, and so sweet a breath to sing as the fool has. In sooth, thou wast in very gracious fooling last night, when thou spokest of Pigrogromitus, of the Vapians passing the equinoctial of Coabus. 'Twas very good, faith. I sent thee 6 pence for thy leman. Hast it?
I did impeticos thy gratility. From Malvolio's nose is no whipstock, and my lady has a white hand, and the Myrmidons are no bottle alehouses.
Excellent! Why, this is the best fooling when all is done. Now, a song.
Come on. There's 6 pence for you. Now let's have a song.
There's a testrel of me too. If one night give a...
Would you have a love song or a song of good life?
A love song. A love song.
I care not for good life.
Ah. Oh, mistress mine, where are you roaming? Oh, stay and hear your true love's coming. That can sing both high and low, trip no further, pretty sweeting, journeys end in lovers' meeting. Every wise man's son doth know.
Excellent. Good, Faith.
Good. Good.
Love, 'tis not hereafter. Present mirth, half present laughter. What's to come is still unsure. In delay there lies no plenty. Then come kiss me, sweet and 20. Love's a stuff will not endure.
A mellifluous voice, as I am true knight.
A contagious breath.
Very sweet and contagious, Faith.
To hear by the nose, it is dulcet in contagion. But shall we make the welkin dance indeed? Shall we rouse the night owl in a catch that will draw 3 souls out of one weaver? Shall we do that?
And you love me? Let's do it! I am dog at catch.
By Our Lady, sir, and some dogs will catch well.
Most certain. Let our catch be thou knave.
Hold thy peace, thou knave knight. I shall be constrained to call thee knave knight.
'Tis not the first time I have constrained one to call me knave. Begin, fool. It begins, hold thy peace.
See, I shall never begin if I hold my peace.
Good, Faith, come. Begin.
Enter Mariah.
What caterwauling do you keep here? If my lady had not called up her steward Malvolio and bid him turn you out of doors, never trust me.
My lady is a Catayan. We are politicians. Malvolio's a Pegaramsey, and 3 merry men be we. Am I not consanguineous? Am I not of her blood? Tilly Valley lady. There dwelt a man in Babylon, lady, lady.
The knight's in admirable fooling.
Aye, he does well enough if he be disposed. And so do I, too. He does it with better grace, but I do it more natural.
Ah, the 12th day of December.
For the love of God, peace.
Enter Malvolio.
My masters, are you?
Act 3, Scene 1, Olivia's garden. Enter Viola and clown with Tabor.
Save thee, friend, and thy music. Dost thou live by thy tabor?
No, sir, I live by the church.
Art thou a churchman?
No such matter, sir. I do live by the church, for I do live at my house, and my house doth stand by the church.
So thou mayst say, the king lies by a beggar if a beggar dwell near him. Or the church stands by thy tabor if thy tabor stand by the church.
You have said, sir, to see this age. A sentence is but a cheverel glove to a good wit. How quickly the wrong side may be turned outward.
Nay, that's certain. They that dally nicely with words may quickly make them wanton.
I would therefore my sister had no name, sir.
Why, man?
Why, sir, her name's a word, and to dally with that word might make my sister wanton. But indeed, words are very rascals, since bonds disgrace them.
Thy reason, man.
Troth, sir, I can yield you none without words, and words are grown so false I am loath to prove them to prove reason with them.
I warrant thou art a merry fellow and carest for nothing.
Not so, sir. I do care for something, but in my conscience, sir, I do not care for you. If that be to care for nothing, sir, I would it would make you invisible.
Art not thou the lady Olivia's fool?
No, indeed, sir. The lady Olivia has no folly. She will keep no fool, sir, till she be married. And fools are like husbands as pilchers are to herrings. The husband's the bigger. I am indeed not her fool, but her corrupter of words.
I saw thee late at the Count Orsino's.
Foolery, sir, does walk about the orb like the sun. It shines everywhere. I would be sorry, sir, but the fool should be as oft with your master as with my mistress. I think I saw your wisdom there.
Nay, and thou pass upon me, I'll no more with thee. Hold, there's expenses for thee.
Now, Jove in his next commodity of hair send thee a beard.
By my troth, I'll tell thee, I am almost sick for one, though I would not have it grown on my chin. Is thy lady within?
Would not a pair of these have bred, sir?
I understand you, sir. 'Tis well begged.
My lady is within, sir. I will construe them whence you come. Who you are and what you would are out of my welkin. I might say element, but the word is overworn.
He exits.
This fellow is wise enough to play the fool. And to do that well craves a kind of wit. He must observe their mood on whom he jests, the quality of persons and the time, and like the haggard, check at every feather that comes before his eye. This is a practice as full of labor as a wise man's art for folly that he wisely shows is fit. But wise men, folly fallen, quite taint their wit.
Enter Sir Toby, Belch, and Sir Andrew.
Save you, gentlemen.
And you, sir.
Vieux garde, monsieur.
Êtes-vous assis, votre serviteur?
I hope, sir, you are, and I am yours.
Will you encounter the house? My niece is desirous you should enter, if your trade be to her.
I am bound to your niece, sir. I mean, she is the list of my voyage.
Taste your legs, sir. Put them to motion.
My legs do better understand me, sir, than I understand what you mean by bidding me taste my legs.
I mean to go, sir, to enter.
I will answer you with gate and entrance, but we are prevented.
Enter Olivia and Mariah.
Most excellent, accomplished lady, the heavens rain odors on you.
What youth's a rare courtier. Rain odors. Well.
My matter hath no voice, to your own most pregnant and vouchsafed ear.
Odors, pregnant, and vouchsafed. I'll get 'em all three already.
Let the garden door be shut and leave me to my hearing.
Exit Sir Toby, Belch, Sir Andrew, and Mariah.
Give me your hand, sir.
My duty, madam, and most humble service.
What is your name?
Cesario is your servant's name, fair princess.
My servant, sir. 'Twas never merry world since lowly feigning was called compliment. You're a servant to the Count Orsino, youth.
And he is yours, and his must needs be yours. Your servant's servant is your servant, madam.
For him I think not on him, for his thoughts would they were blanks rather than filled with me.
Madam, I come to whet your gentle thoughts on his behalf.
Oh, by your leave, I pray you, I bade you never speak of him again. But would you undertake another suit? I had rather hear you to solicit that than music from the spheres.
Dear lady.
Give me leave, beseech you. I did send, after the last enchantment you did here, a ring in chase of you. So did I abuse myself, my servant, and, I fear me, you. Under your hard construction must I sit, to force that on you in a shameful cunning, which you knew none of yours. What might you think? Have you not set mine honor at the stake, and baited it with all the unmuzzled thoughts that tyrannous heart can think? To one of your receiving, enough is shown. A cypress, not a bosom, hideth my heart. So let me hear you speak.
I pity you.
That's a degree to love.
No, not a grise. For 'tis a vulgar proof that very oft we pity enemies.
Why, then, methinks 'tis time to smile again. World, how apt the poor are to be proud. If one should be a prey, how much the better to fall before the lion than the wolf.
The clock strikes.
The clock abraids me with the waste of time. Be not afraid, good youth, I will not have you. And yet, when wit and youth is come to harvest, your wife is like to reap a proper man. There lies your way, due west.
And westward ho! Grace and good disposition attend your ladyship. You'll nothing, madam, to my lord by me?
Stay, I prithee, tell me what thou think'st of me.
That you do think you are not what you are.
If I think so, I think the same of you.
Then think you right. I am not what I am.
I would you were as I would have you be.
Would it be better, madam, than I am? I wish it might, for now I am your fool.
What a deal of scorn looks beautiful in the contempt and anger of his lip. A murderous guilt shows not itself more soon than love that would seem hid. Love's night is noon. Cesario, by the roses of the spring, by maidenhood, honor, truth, and everything, I love thee so that maugre all thy pride, nor wit nor reason can my passion hide. Do not extort thy reasons from this clause, for that I woo, thou therefore hast no cause. But rather reason thus with reason fetter. Love sought is good, but given unsought better.
By innocence I swear, and by my youth, I have one heart, one bosom, and one truth, and that no woman has, nor never none shall mistress be of it, save I alone. And so adieu, good madam. Nevermore will I master's tears to you.
Yet come again.
Tears to you deplore.
Yet come again, for thou perhaps mayst move that heart which now abhors to like his love.
Exit. Scene 2, Olivia's house. Enter Sir Toby, Belch, Sir Andrew, and Fabian.
No, Faith! I'll not stay a jot longer.
I reason, dear Venom. Thou give thy reason.
You must needs yield your reason, Sir Andrew.
Mary, I saw your niece do more favors to the Count's serving man than ever she bestowed upon me. I saw it in the orchard.
Did she see thee the while, old boy? Tell me that.
As plain as I see you now.
This was a great argument of love in her toward you.
Right. Will you make an ass of me?
She did show favor to the youth in your sight only to exasperate you, to awaken your dormouse valor, to put fire in your heart and brimstone in your liver. You should then have accosted her, and with some excellent jests, fire new from the mint, you should have banged the youth into dumbness. This was looked for at your hand, and this was balked. The double guilt of this opportunity you let time wash off, and you are now sailed into the north of my lady's opinion, where you will hang like an icicle on a Dutchman's beard, unless you do redeem it by some laudable attempt of either valor or policy.
Can it be anyway? It must be with valor, for policy I hate.
Why then? Build me thy fortunes upon the basis of valor. Challenge me, the Count's youth, to fight with him. Hurt him in 11 places. My niece shall take note of it, and assure thyself, there is no love broker in the world can more prevail in man's commendation with woman than report of valor.
There is no way but this, Sir Andrew.
Will either of you bear me a challenge to him?
Go. Write it in a martial hand. Be cursed and brief. Taunt him with the license of ink.
Where shall I find you?
We'll call thee at the cubiculo. Go.
Is it Sir Andrew?
This is a dear mannequin to you, Sir Toby.
I have been dear to him, lad, some 2,000 strong or so.
We shall have a rare letter from him, but you'll not deliver it?
Oh, never trust me then, and by all means, stir the youth on to an answer. I think oxen and wain ropes cannot hail them together. For Andrew, if he were opened and you find so much blood in his liver as will clog the foot of a flea, I'll eat the rest of the anatomy.
And his opposite, the youth, bears in his visage no great presage of cruelty.
Enter Mariah.
Look where comes the youngest wren, where the youngest wren of 9 comes.
If you desire the spleen, you will laugh yourself into stitches. Follow me. Yond gull Malvolio is turned heathen, a very renegado. He's in yellow stockings.
And cross-gartered?
Most villainously, like a pedant that keeps a school in the church. I have dogged him like his murderer. He does obey every point of the letter that I dropped to betray him. He does smile his face into more lines than is in the new map with the augmentation of the Indies. You have not seen such a thing as 'tis. I can hardly forbear hurling things at him. I know my lady will strike him. If she do, he'll smile and take it for a great favor.
Come, bring us where he is.
Exit. Scene 3, a street. Enter Sebastian and Antonio.
I would not by my will have troubled you, but since you make your pleasure of your pains, I will no further chide you.
I could not stay behind you. My desire, more sharp than filed steel, did spur me forth. And not all love to see you, though so much as might have drawn one to a longer voyage. But jealousy, what might befall your travel? Being skillless in these parts, which to a stranger, unguided and unfriended, often prove rough and unhospitable. My willing love, the rather by these arguments of fear, set forth in your pursuit.
My kind Antonio, I can no other answer make but thanks, and ever oft good turns are shuffled off with such uncurrent pay. But where my worth is my conscience firm, you should find better dealing. What's to do? Shall we go see the relics of this town?
Tomorrow, sir. Best first go see your lodging.
I am not weary, and 'tis long tonight. I pray you, let us satisfy our eyes with the memorials and the things of fame that do renown this city.
Would you'd pardon me? I do not without danger walk these streets. Once in a sea fight against the Count his galleys I did some service, of such note indeed, that were I ta'en here it would scarce be answered.
Belike you slew great number of his people.
The offense is not of such a bloody nature, albeit the quality of the time and quarrel might well have given us bloody argument. It might have since been answered in repaying what we took from them, which, for traffic's sake, most of our city did. Only myself stood out, for which, if I be lapsed in this place, I shall pay dear.
Do not then walk too open.
It doth not fit me. Hold, sir, here's my purse. In the south suburbs at the Elephant is best to lodge. I will bespeak our diet, whiles you beguile the time and feed your knowledge. With viewing of the town, there shall you have me.
Why I your purse?
Haply your eye shall light upon some toy you have desire to purchase, and your store, I think, is not for idle market, sir.
I'll be your purse bearer and leave you for an hour.
To the Elephant.
I do remember.
Exit. Scene 4. Olivia's garden. Enter Olivia and Mariah.
I have sent after him. He says he'll come. How shall I feast him? What bestow of him? For youth is bought more oft than begged or borrowed. Oh, I speak too loud. Where is Malvolio? He is sad and civil and suits well for a servant with my fortunes. Where is Malvolio?
He's coming, madam, but in very strange manner. He is, sure, possessed, madam.
Why? What's the matter? Does he rave?
No, madam, he does nothing but smile. Your ladyship were best to have some guard about you. If he come, for sure the man is tainted in his wits.
Go call him hither.
Exit Mariah.
I am as mad as he, if sad and merry madness equal be.
Re-enter Mariah with Malvolio.
How now, Malvolio?
Sweet lady, ho ho.
Smilest thou? I sent for thee upon a sad occasion.
Sad, lady, I could be sad. This does make some obstruction in the blood, this cross-gartering, but what of that? If it please the eye of one, it is as we, as the very true sonnet is. Please one, please all.
Why, how dost thou, man? What is the matter with thee?
Not black in my mind, though yellow in my legs. It did come to his hands, and commands shall be executed. I think we know the sweet Roman hand.
Wilt thou go to bed, Malvolio?
To bed? Aye, sweetheart, and I'll come to thee.
God, comfort thee. Why dost thou smile so and kiss thy hand so oft?
How do you, Malvolio?
At your request, yes, nightingales answer doors.
Why appear you with this ridiculous boldness before my lady?
Be not afraid of greatness, 'twas well writ.
What meanest thou by that, Malvolio?
Some are born great, some achieve greatness,
What sayest thou?
and some have greatness thrust upon them.
Heaven restore thee.
Remember who commended thy yellow stockings,
Thy yellow stockings.
and wished to see thee cross-gartered.
Cross-gartered. Oh,
Go, thou art made, if thou desirest to be so.
am I maid?
If not, let me see thee a servant still.
Why, this is very midsummer madness.
Enter servant.
Madam, the young gentleman of the Count Orsino's is returned. I could hardly entreat him back. He attends your ladyship's pleasure.
I'll come to him.
Exit servant.
Good Mariah, let this fellow be looked to. Where's my cousin Toby? Let some of my people have a special care of him. I would not have him miscarry for the half of my dowry.
Exit Olivia and Mariah.
Oh, ho, do you come near me now? No worse man than Sir Toby to look to me. This concurs directly with the letter. She sends him on purpose that I may appear stubborn to him, for she incites me so in the letter. Cast thy humble sloth, says she. Be opposite with a kinsman, surly with servants. Let thy tongue with arguments of state. Put thyself into the trick of singularity. I have limed her. But this is Jove's doing, and Jove make me thankful. And when she went away now, let this fellow be looked to. Fellow, not Malvolio, nor after my degree, but fellow. Why, everything adheres together. No dram of a scruple, no scruple of a scruple, no obstacle, no incredulous or unsafe circumstances. What can be said? Nothing that can come between me and the full prospects of my hopes. Well, Jove, not I, is the doer of this, and he is to be thanked.
Re-enter Mariah with Sir Toby, Belch, and Fabian.
Which way is he, in the name of sanctity? If all the devils of hell be drawn in little, and Legion himself possessed him, yet I'll speak to him.
Here he is. Here he is. How is't with you, sir? How is't with you, man?
I discard you. Let me enjoy my private. Go off.
Lo, how hollow the fiend speaks within him. Did not I tell you? Sir Toby, my lady prays you to have a care of him.
Ah, does she so?
Go to, peace, peace. We must deal gently with him. Let me alone. How do you, Malvolio? How is't with you? What man? Defy the devil. Consider, he's an enemy to mankind.
Do you know what you say?
La you, and speak ill of the devil, how he takes it at heart. Pray God he be not bewitched.
Carry his water to the wise woman.
Marry, and it shall be done tomorrow morning, if I live. My lady would not lose him for more than I'll say.
How now, mistress?
Oh, Lord!
Prithee, hold thy peace. This is not the way. Do you not see you move him? Let me alone with him.
No way but gentleness. Gently, gently. The fiend is rough and will not be roughly used.
Why? How now, my ball cock? How dost thou chuck?
Sir.
I biddy, come with me. What man? 'Tis not for gravity to play at cherry pit with Satan. Hang him, foul collier!
Get him to say his prayers, good Sir Toby. Get him to pray.
My prayers, minx.
No, I warrant you, he will not hear of godliness.
Go hang yourselves all. You are idle, shallow things. I am not of your element. You shall know more hereafter.
Malvolio exits.
Possible.
If this were played upon a stage now, I could condemn it as an improbable fiction.
His very genius hath ta'en the infection of the device man.
Nay, pursue him now, lest the device err and taint.
Why, we shall make him mad indeed.
The house will be the quieter.
Come, we'll have him in a dark room and bound. My niece is already in the belief that he's mad. If we can carry it thus, for our pleasure and his penance. But see.
Enter Sir Andrew.
More matter for a May morning.
Here's the challenge. Read it. Warrant. There's vinegar and pepper in it.
It's so saucy.
I warrant him. Do but read.
Give me. Youth, whatsoever thou art but a scurvy fellow.
Good and valiant.
Wonder not, nor admire not in thy mind why I do call thee so, for I will show thee no reason for it.
A good note that keeps you from the blow of the law.
Thou comest to the lady Olivia, and in my sight she uses thee kindly, but thou liest in thy throat. That is not the matter. I challenge thee for.
Very brief.
I will waylay thee going home, where, if it be thy chance to kill me,
Good.
thou kill'st me like a rogue and a villain.
Still, you keep on the windy side of the law. Good.
Fare thee well, and God have mercy on one of our souls. He may have mercy upon mine, but my hope is better, and so look to thyself. Thy friend, as thou usest him, and thy sworn enemy, Andrew Aguecheek. Well, if this letter move him not, his legs cannot. I'll give 't him.
You may have very fit occasion for it. He is now in some commerce with my lady, and will by and by depart.
Go, Sir Andrew. Scout me for him at the corner of the orchard like a bum bailey. So soon as ever thou seest him, draw, and as thou drawest, swear horrible, for it comes to pass oft that a terrible oath, with a swaggering accent sharply twanged off, gives manhood more approbation than ever proof itself would have earned him. Away!
Hey, let me alone for swearing.
Exit.
Now will I not deliver his letter, for this letter, being so excellently ignorant, will breed no terror in the youth. You will find it comes from a clodpole. But, sir, I will deliver his challenge by word of mouth. Set upon Aguecheek some notable report of valor, and drive the gentleman, as I know his youth will aptly receive it, into a most hideous opinion of his rage, skill, fury, and impetuosity. This will so fright them both that they will kill one another by the look like cockatrices.
Re-enter Olivia with Viola.
Here he comes with your niece. Give them way till he take leave, and presently after him.
Exit Sir Toby, Belch, Fabian, and Mariah.
I have said too much unto a heart of stone, and laid mine honor too unchary out. There's something in me that reproves my faults, but such a headstrong, potent fault it is, that it but mocks reproof.
With the same behavior that your passion bears goes on my master's grief.
Here, wear this jewel for me. 'Tis my picture. Refuse it not, it hath no tongue to vex you, and I beseech you, come again tomorrow. What shall you ask of me that I'll deny, that honor saved may upon asking give?
Nothing but this, your true love for my master.
How with mine honor may I give him that which I have given to you?
I will acquit you.
Well, come again tomorrow. Fare thee well. A fiend like thee might bear my soul to hell.
Exit. Re-enter Sir Toby, Belch, and Fabian.
Gentlemen, God save thee.
And you, sir?
That defense thou hast, betake thee to't. Of what nature the wrongs are thou hast done him, I know not, but thy interceptor, full of despite, bloody as the hunter, attends thee at orchard end. Dismount thy tuck, be yare in thy preparation, for thy assailant is quick, skillful, and deadly.
You mistake, sir. I'm sure no man hath any quarrel to me. My remembrance is very free and clear from any image of offense done to any man.
You'll find it otherwise, I assure you. Therefore, if you hold your life at any price, betake you to your guard, for your opposite hath in him what youth, strength, skill, and wrath can furnish man withal.
I pray you, sir, what is he?
He is knight, but he is a devil in private brawl. Souls and bodies hath he divorced 3. And his incensement at this moment is so implacable that satisfaction can be none but by pangs of death and sepulchre. Hobnob is his word, give 't or take 't.
I will return again into the house and desire some conduct of the lady. I'm no fighter. I've heard of some kind of men that put quarrels purposely on others to taste their valor. Belike, this is a man of that quirk.
Back you shall not into the house, unless you undertake that which with me, which with as much safety as you might answer him.
This is as uncivil as strange. I beseech you, do me this courteous office, as to know of the knight what my offense to him is. It is something of my negligence, nothing of my purpose.
I will do so. Signor Fabian, stand you by this gentleman till my return.
Sir Toby exits.
Pray you, sir, do you know of this matter?
I know the knight is incensed against you, even to a mortal arbitrament, but nothing of the circumstance more.
I beseech you, what manner of man is he?
He is indeed, sir, the most skillful, bloody, and fatal opposite that you could possibly have found in any part of Illyria. Will you walk towards him? I will make your peace with him if I can.
I shall be much bound to you for it. I am one that had rather go with Sir Priest than Sir Knight. I care not who knows so much of my mettle.
Exit. Re-enter Sir Toby Belch with Sir Andrew.
Why, man, he's a very devil. I have not seen such a farrago. I had a pass with him, rapier, scabbard, and all, and he gives me the stuck in with such mortal motion that it is inevitable.
Locks on it! I'll not meddle with him.
Aye, but he will not now be pacified. Fabian can scarce hold him yonder.
Plague on it! And I thought he had been valiant and so cunning at fence, I'd have not been damned ere I'd have challenged him. Let him let the matter slip, and I'll give him my horse, Grey Capulet.
I'll make the motion. Stand here and make a good show on't. This shall end without the perdition of souls. Mary, I'll ride your horse as well as I ride you.
Re-enter Fabian and Viola. To Fabian.
I have his horse to take up the quarrel. I have persuaded him the youth's a devil.
He is as horribly conceited of him and pants and looks pale as if a bear were at his heels.
There is no remedy, sir. He will fight with you for oath's sake. Mary, therefore, draw for the supportance of his vow. He protests he will not hurt you.
Pray God defend me. A little thing would make me tell them how much I lack a man.
Give ground if you see him furious.
Come, Sir Andrew, there's no remedy. The gentleman will, for his honor's sake, have one bout with you, but he has promised me, as he is a gentleman and a soldier, he will not hurt you. Come on, toot.
Pray God he keep his oath.
I do assure you 'tis against my will.
They draw. Enter Antonio.
Put up your sword. If this young gentleman have done offense, I take the fault on me. If you offend him, I for him defy you.
You, sir? Why, what are you?
One, sir, that for his love dares yet do more than you have heard him brag to you he will.
Nay, if you be an undertaker, I am for you.
They draw. Enter officers.
Oh, good Sir Toby, hold, here come the officers.
I'll be with you anon.
Pray, sir, put your sword up, if you please.
This is the man. Do they office.
Antonio, I arrest thee at the suit of Count Orsino.
You do mistake me, sir.
No, sir, no doc. I know your favor well, though now you have no sea cap on your head. Take him away. He knows I know him well.
I must obey. This comes with seeking you, but there's no remedy. I shall answer it. What will you do? Now my necessity makes me to ask you for my purse. It grieves me much more for what I cannot do for you than what befalls me or myself. You stand amazed, but be of comfort.
Come, sir, away.
I must entreat of you some of that money.
What money, sir? For the fair kindness you have showed me here, and part being prompted by your present trouble, out of my lean and low ability I'll lend you something. My having is not much. I'll make division of my present with you. Hold, there's half my coffer.
Will you deny me now? Is it possible that my deserts to you can lack persuasion? Do not tempt my misery, lest thou it make me so unsound a man as to upbraid you with those kindnesses that I have done for you.
I know of none, nor know I you by voice or any feature. I hate ingratitude more in a man than lying, vainness, babbling, drunkenness, or any taint of vice whose strong corruption inhabits our frail blood.
Oh, heavens themselves!
Come, sir, I pray you, go.
Let me speak a little. This youth that you see here, I snatched one half out of the jaws of death, relieved him with such sanctity of love, and to his image, which methought did promise most venerable worth, did I devotion.
What's that to us? The time goes by away.
But oh, how vile and idle proves this god thou hast, Sebastian, done good feature shame. In nature there's no blemish but the mind, none can be called deformed but the unkind.
The man grows mad, away with him. Come, come, sir.
Lead me on.
Antonio exits with the officers.
He thinks his words do from such passion fly, that he believes himself. So do not I. Prove true, imagination, oh, prove true that I, dear brother, be now ta'en for you. He named Sebastian. I my brother know, yet living in my glass, even such and so in my favor was my brother. And he went still in this fashion, color, ornament, for him I imitate. Oh, if it prove tempests are kind and salt waves fresh in love.
Viola exits.
Very dishonest, paltry boy, and more a coward than a hare. His dishonesty appears in leaving his friend here in necessity and denying him. And for his cowardship, ask Fabian.
Coward. A most devout coward. Religious in it.
Slid! I'll after him again and beat him.
Do. Cuff him soundly, but never draw thy sword.
And I do not.
Come, let's see the event.
I dare lay any money 'twill be nothing yet.
Exit Act 4, Scene 1. Before Olivia's house. Enter Sebastian and Clown.
Will you make me believe that I am not sent for you?
Go to, thou art a foolish fellow. Let me be clear of thee.
Well, how doubt? I'faith. No, I do not know you, nor I am not sent to you by my lady to bid you come speak with her, nor your name is not Master Cesario, nor this is not my nose, neither. Nothing that is so is so.
I prithee, vent thy folly somewhere else. Thou knowest not me.
Vent my folly? He has heard that word of some great man and now applies it to a fool. Vent my folly! I prithee now, ungird thy strangeness and tell me what I shall vent to my lady. Shall I vent to her that thou art coming?
I prithee, foolish Greek, depart from me. There's money for thee. If you tarry longer, I shall give worse payment.
Enter Sir Andrew, Sir Toby, Belch, and Fabian.
Now, sir, have I met you again? There's for you!
Why, there's for thee, and there. Are all the people mad?
Hold, sir, or I'll throw your dagger o'er the house.
This will I tell my lady straight. I would not be in some of your coats for 2 pence.
Feste exits.
Come on, sir, hold.
Nay, let him alone. I'll go another way to work with him. I'll have an action of battery against him if there be any law in Illyria, though I struck him first. Yet, it's no matter for that.
Let go thy hand.
Come, sir, I will not let thee go. Come, my young soldier, put up your iron. You are well-fleshed. Come on.
I will be free from thee. What wouldst thou now? If thou darest tempt me further, draw thy sword.
What? Nay, then, I must have an ounce or two of this malapert blood from you.
Enter Olivia.
Hold, Toby! On my life I charge thee, hold!
Madam.
Will it ever be thus? Ungracious wretch, fit for the mountains and the barbarous caves where manners ne'er were preached, out of my sight! Be not offended, dear Cesario. Rudesby, be gone!
Exit Sir Toby, Belch, Sir Andrew, and Fabian.
I prithee, gentle friend, let thy fair wisdom, not thy passion, sway in this uncivil and thou unjust extent against thy peace. Go with me to my house, and hear thou how many fruitless pranks this ruffian hath botched up, that thou thereby mayst smile at this. Thou shalt not choose but go, do not deny. Beshrew his soul from me, he started one poor heart of mine in thee.
What relish is in this? How runs the stream? Or I am mad, or else this is a dream. Let fancy still my sense in lethe steep. If it be thus to dream, still let me sleep.
Nay, come, I prithee, would thou be ruled by me?
Madam, I will.
Ah, say so and so be.
Exit. Scene 2, Olivia's house. Enter Mariah and Clown.
Nay, I prithee, put on this gown and this beard. Make him believe thou art Sir Topus the curate. Do it quickly. I'll call Sir Toby the whilst.
Exit.
I'll put it on, and I will dissemble myself in it. And I would I were the first that ever dissembled in such a gown.
Enter Sir Toby, Belch, and Maria.
Oh, Jove bless thee, Master Parson.
Buenos dias, Sir Toby. For as the old hermit of Prague that never saw pen and ink very wittily said to a niece of King Gorboduc, that is, is. So I, being Master Parson, am Master Parson, for what is that but that, and is but is.
To him, Sir Topus.
What ho, I say! Peace in this prison!
The knave counterfeits well, a good knave.
Who goes there?
Sir Topus, the curate, who comes to visit Malvolio, the lunatic.
Sir Topaz, good. Sir Topaz, go to my lady.
Out, hyperbolical fiend! How vexest thou this man? Talkest thou nothing but of ladies?
Well said, Master Parson.
Sir Topaz, never was man thus wronged. Good Sir Topaz, do not think I am mad. They have laid me here in hideous darkness.
Fie, thou dishonest Satan! I call thee by the most modest terms, for I am one of those gentle ones that will use the devil himself with courtesy. Sayest thou that house is dark?
As hell, Sir Topaz.
Why, it hath bay windows transparent as barricadoes, and the clear stones toward the south-north are lustrous as ebony. And yet complainest thou of obstruction?
I am not mad, Sir Topaz. I say to you, this house is dark.
Madman, thou errest. I say there is no darkness but ignorance, in which thou art more puzzled than the Egyptians in their fog.
I say this house is dark as ignorance, though ignorance were dark as hell. And I say there was never man thus abused. I am no more mad than you are. Make the trial of it by any constant question.
What is the opinion of Pythagoras concerning wild fowl?
That the soul of our grandam might haply inhabit a bird.
What thinkest thou of his opinion?
Well, I think nobly of the soul, and no way approve his opinion.
Fare thee well. Remain thou still in darkness. Thou shalt hold the opinion of Pythagoras ere I allow of thy wits, and fear to kill a woodcock, lest thou dispossess the soul of thy grandam. Fare thee well.
Sir Topaz! Sir Topaz!
My most exquisite Sir Topaz.
Nay, I am for all waters.
Thou mightst have done this without thy beard and gown. He sees thee not.
To him in thine own voice, and bring me word of how thou find'st him. Oh, would I were well rid of this knavery. If he may be conveniently delivered, I would he were, for I am now so far in offense with my niece that I cannot pursue with any safety this sport to the upshot. Come by and by to my chamber.
Exit Sir Toby, Belch, and Maria.
Hey, Robin, jolly Robin, tell me how thy lady does.
Fool.
My lady is unkind, birdie.
Fool.
Oh, that's why is she so?
Fool, I say.
She loves another. Who calls? Huh?
Good fool, as ever thou wilt deserve well at my hand, help me to candle and pen, ink and paper, as I am a gentleman. I will live to be thankful to thee for it.
Master Malvolio.
Ay, good fool.
Alas, sir, how fell you beside your 5 wits?
Fool, there was never a man so notoriously abused. I am as well in my wits, fool, as thou art.
But as well? Then you are mad indeed, if you be no better in your wits than a fool.
They have profited me, keep me in darkness, send ministers to me, asses, and do all they can to face me out of my wits.
Advise you what you say. The minister is here. Malvolio, Malvolio, thy wits the heavens restore. Endeavor thyself to sleep, and leave thy vain babble.
Sir Topaz!
Maintain no words with him, good fellow. Oh, who I, sir? Not I, sir. God be with you, good Sir Topaz. Mary, amen, amen. I will, sir. I will.
Fool, Fool. Fool, I say!
Alas, be patient. What say you, sir? I am sent for speaking to you.
Good fool, help me to some light and some paper. I tell thee, I am as well in my wits as any man in Illyria.
Well a day that you were, sir.
By this hand I am. Good fool, some ink, paper, and light, and convey what I will set down to my lady. It shall advantage thee more than ever the bearing of letter did.
I will help you to it, but tell me true. Are you not mad indeed, or do you but counterfeit?
Believe me, I am not, I tell thee true.
Hey, I'll never believe a madman till I see his brains. I will fetch you light and paper and ink.
Fool, I'll requite it in the highest degree. I prithee, be gone.
I am gone, sir, and anon, sir. I'll be with you again. In a trice, like to the old vice, your need to sustain. Who with dagger of lath, in his rage and his wrath, cries, aha, to the devil, like a mad lad. Pare thy nails, dad. Adieu, good man devil.
Exit. Scene 3, Olivia's garden. Enter Sebastian.
This is the air, that is the glorious sun. This pearl she gave me, I do feel it and see it. And though 'tis wonder that enwraps me thus, yet 'tis not madness. Where is Antonio then? I could not find him at the Elephant. Yet there he was, and there I found this credit, that he did range the town to seek me out. His counsel now might do me golden service. For though my soul disputes well with my sense, that this may be some error, but no madness, yet doth this accident and flood of fortune so far exceed all instance, all discourse, that I am ready to distrust mine eyes, and wrangle with my reason that persuades me to any other trust but that I am mad, or else the lady's mad. Yet if 'twere so, she could not sway her house, command her followers, take and give back affairs and their dispatch, with such a smooth, discreet, and stable bearing as I perceive she does. There's something in it that is deceivable. But here the lady comes.
Enter Olivia and priest.
Blame not this haste of mine, if you mean well. Now go with me and with this holy man into the chantry by, there before him, and underneath that consecrated roof, plight me the full assurance of your faith, that my most jealous soul and too doubtful, that my most jealous and too doubtful soul may live at peace. He shall conceal it, whiles you are willing it shall come to note. What time will our celebration keep according to my birth? What do you say?
I'll follow this good man and go with you, and having sworn truth, ever will be true.
Then lead the way, good father, and heavens so shine that they may fairly note this act of mine.
Exit. Act 5, Scene 1, before Olivia's house. Enter Clown and Fabian.
Now, as thou lovest me, let me see his letter.
Good Master Fabian, grant me another request.
Anything.
Do not desire to see this letter.
This is to give a dog, and in recompense desire my dog again.
Enter Duke, Orsino, Viola, Curio, and Lords.
Boy, with me. My thoughts are ripe in mischief. I'll sacrifice the lamb that I do love to spite the raven's heart within a dove.
And I, most jocund, apt and willingly, to do your rest 1,000 deaths would die.
Where goes Cesario?
After him I love. More than I love these eyes, more than my life, more by all mores than e'er I shall love wife.
Ay, me, detested! How am I beguiled?
Who does beguile you? Who does do you wrong?
Hast thou forgot thyself? Is it so long? Call forth the Holy Father.
Come away.
Whither, my lord? Cesario. Husband, stay!
Husband?
Aye, husband. Can he that deny?
Her husband, Sirrah.
No, my lord, not I.
Alas, it is the baseness of thy fear that makes thee strangle thy propriety. Fear not, Cesario. Take thy fortunes up. Be that thou knowst thou art, and be thou that thou knowst thou art, and then thou art as great as that thou fearst.
Enter priest.
Oh, welcome, Father. Father, I charge thee by thy reverence here to unfold, though lately we intended to keep in darkness what occasion now reveals before 'tis ripe. What thou dost know hath newly passed between this youth and me.
Contract of eternal bond of love, confirmed by mutual joinder of your hands, attested by the holy close of lips, strengthened by interchangement of your rings, and all the ceremony of this compact sealed in my function by my testimony. Since when, my watch hath told me, toward my grave, I have travelled but 2 hours.
O thou dissembling cub, what wilt thou be when time hath sowed a grizzle on thy case? Or will not else thy craft so quickly grow that thine own trip shall be thine overthrow? Farewell, and take her, but direct thy feet where thou and I henceforth may never meet.
My lord, I do protest that...
Oh, do not swear.
Hold little faith, though thou hast too much fear.
Enter Sir Andrew.
For the love of God, a surgeon! Send one presently to Sir Toby.
What's the matter?
He has broke my head across and has given Sir Toby a bloody coxcomb too. For the love of God, your help. I had rather than 40 pound I were at home.
Who has done this, Sir Andrew?
The Count's gentleman, one Cesario. We took him for a coward, but he's the very devil incarnate.
My gentleman is Cesario.
Odds lifelings, there he is! You broke my head for nothing. And that I did. I was set on to it by Sir Toby.
Why do you speak to me? I never hurt you. You drew your sword upon me without cause, but I bespoke you fair and hurt you not.
If a bloody coxcomb be a hurt, you have hurt me. I think you set nothing by a bloody coxcomb.
Enter Sir Toby Belch and Clown.
Here comes Sir Toby halting. You shall hear more. But if he has not been drunk, he would have tickled you other gates than he did.
How now, gentlemen? How's with you?
That's all one. Has hurt me, and there's an end on't. Sot, didst thou see Dick's surgeon, Sot?
Oh, he's drunk, Sir Toby, an hour agone. His eyes were set at 8 of the morning.
Then he's a rogue. I hate a drunken rogue.
Away with him. Who hath made this havoc with them?
I'll help you, Sir Toby, because we'll be dressed together.
Will you help? An asshead and a coxcomb and a knave, a thin-faced knave, a gull.
Get him to bed and let his hurt be looked to.
Exit Clown, Fabian, Sir Toby Belch, and Sir Andrew. Enter Sebastian.
I am sorry, madam, I have hurt your kinsman. But had it been the brother of my blood, I must have done no less with wit and safety. You throw a strange regard upon me, and by that I do perceive it hath offended you. Pardon me, sweet one, even for the vows we made each other but so late ago.
One face, one voice, one habit, and 2 persons. A natural perspective that is and is not.
Antonio, oh, my dear Antonio, how have the hours racked and tortured me since I have lost thee?
Sebastian, are you?
Fear'st thou that, Antonio?
How have you made division of yourself? An apple cleft in 2 is not more twin than these 2 creatures. Which is Sebastian?
Most wonderful!
Do I stand there? I never had a brother, nor can there be that deity in my nature of here and everywhere. I had a sister, whom the blind waves and surges have devoured. Of charity, what kin are you to me? What countryman? What name? What parentage?
Of Messalene. Sebastian was my father. Such a Sebastian was my brother too. So went he suited to his watery tomb. Spirits can assume both form and suit. You come to fright us.
A spirit I am indeed, but am in that dimension grossly clad, which from the womb I did participate. Were you a woman, as the rest goes even, I should my tears let fall upon your cheek, and say, thrice welcome, drowned Viola.
My father had a mole upon his brow.
And so had mine.
And died that day when Viola from her birth had numbered 13 years.
Oh, that record is lively in my soul. He finished indeed his mortal act that day that made my sister 13 years.
If nothing lets to make us happy both but this my masculine usurped attire, Do not embrace me till each circumstance of place, time, fortune do cohere and jump that I am Viola. Which to confirm, I'll bring you to a captain in this town where lie my maiden weeds, by whose gentle help I was preserved to serve this noble count. All the occurrence of my fortune since hath been between this lady and this lord.
So comes it, lady, you have been mistook, but nature to her bias drew in that. You would have been contracted to a maid, nor are you therein by my life deceived. You are betrothed both to a maid and a man.
Be not amazed. Right noble is his blood, if this be so, and yet the glass seems true. I shall have share in this most happy wreck. Boy, thou hast said to me 1,000 times thou never shouldst love woman like to me.
And all those sayings will I overswear, and those swearings keep as true in soul as doth that orbed continent the fire that severs day from night.
Give me thy hand, and let me see thee in thy woman's weed.
Captain that did bring me first on shore hath my maid's garments. He upon some action is now in durance at Malvolio's suit. A gentleman and follower of my lady's.
He shall enlarge him. Fetch Malvolio hither. And yet, alas, now I remember me, they say, poor gentleman, he's much distract.
Re-enter clown with a letter and Fabian.
A most extracting frenzy of mine own from my remembrance clearly banished his. How does he, Sirrah?
Truly, madam, he holds Beelzebub at the stave's end as well as any man in his case may do. Has here writ a letter to you. I should have given it you today, today morning, but as a madman, as a madman's epistles are no gospels, so its skills not much when they are delivered.
Open it and read it.
Look then to be well edified when the fool delivers the madman. By the Lord, madam!
Oh, mad! Oh.
No, madam, I do but read madness. If your ladyship will have it as it ought to be, you must allow vox.
Read it you, Sirrah.
By the Lord, madam, you wrong me, and the world shall know it. Though you have put me into darkness and given your drunken cousin rule over me, yet have I the benefit of my senses as well as your ladyship. I have your own letter that induced me to the semblance I put on, with the which I doubt not but to do myself much right, or you much shame. Think of me as you please. I leave my duty a little unthought of and speak out of my injury. The madly used Malvolio.
Did he write this?
Aye, madam.
This savors not much of distraction.
See him delivered. Fabian, bring him hither.
Exit Fabian.
My lord, so please you, these things further thought on, to think me as well a sister as a wife, one day shall crown the alliance on, so please you, here at my house and at my proper cost.
Madam, I am most apt to embrace your offer. Your master quits you, and for your service done him, so much against the mettle of your sex, so far beneath your soft and tender breeding, and since you called me master for so long, here is my hand. You shall from this time be your master's mistress.
A sister, you are she.
Re-enter Fabian with Malvolio.
Is this the madman?
Aye, my lord, this same. How now, Malvolio?
Madam, you have done me wrong. Notorious wrong.
Have I, Malvolio? No.
Lady, you have. Pray you, peruse that letter. You must not now deny it is your hand. Write from it if you can, in hand or phrase, or say 'tis not your seal, nor your invention. You can say none of this. Well, grant it then, and tell me in the modesty of honor why you have given me such clear lights of favor, bade me come smiling and cross-gartered to you, to put on yellow stockings and to frown upon Sir Toby and the lighter people, and acting in this obedient hope, why you have suffered me to be imprisoned, kept in a dark house, visited by the priest and maid, the most notorious Get and Gull that e'er invention played on. Tell me why.
Alas, Malvolio. the writing. Though I confess, much like the character, but out of question, 'tis Mariah's hand. And now I do bethink me, it was she first told me thou wast mad, then camest in smiling, and in such forms which here we were presupposed upon thee in the letter. Prithee, be content, this practice hath most shrewdly passed upon thee. But when we know the grounds and authors of it, thou shalt be both the plaintiff and the judge of thine own cause.
Good madam, hear me speak. Most freely I confess that myself and Toby set this device upon Malvolio here, upon some stubborn and uncourteous parts we had conceived against him. Maria writ the letter at Sir Toby's great importance, in recompense whereof he hath married her. How with a sportful malice it was followed, may rather pluck on laughter than revenge, if that the injuries be justly weighed that have on both sides passed.
Alas, poor fool, how they have baffled thee.
Why, some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrown upon them. I was one, sir, in this interlude. Sir Topus, sir, but that's all one. By the Lord, fool, I am not mad. But do you remember? Madam, why laugh you at such a barren rascal? And you smile not, he's gagged. And thus the whirlgig of time brings in his revenges.
I'll be revenged on the whole pack of you.
Malvolio exits.
He hath been most notoriously abused.
Pursue him and entreat him to peace. He hath not told us of the captain yet. When that is known and golden time covenants, a solemn combination shall be made of our dear souls. Meantime, sister, sweet sister, we will not part from hence. Cesario, come, for so you shall be, while you are a man. But when in other habits you are seen, Orsino's mistress and his fancy's queen.
Exit all except clown.
When that I was a little tiny boy, with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain, a foolish thing was but a toy, for the rain it raineth every day. And when I came to man's estate with a hey, the wind and the rain gets knaves and thieves, men shut their gates, for the rain it raineth every day. When I came alas to wife with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain, but swaggering I couldn't thrive, for the rain it raineth every day. But when I came unto my beds with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain, while tosspots still had drunken heads, for the rain it raineth every day. A great while ago the world begun with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain. But that is all, our play is done, and we'll strive to please you every day. And we'll strive to please you every day.
Woo!
Woo, yeah.
Yeah, Jay.
Woo! Woo!
Woo!
Right. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of the reading, and thank you everybody who watched live. Yeah, everybody have a good rest of your day. That was a lot of fun.
Woo!